Hello and welcome to the Hong Kong International Airport. It's currently about, like 5 o'clock, and we are here on a very special flight. We're flying Qatar First Class behind me. I just checked in, got my boarding pass on their Boeing 777 from Hong Kong to Doha, layover in Doha, Doha to Istanbul for the Istanbul Marathon. We get access to the Cathay Pacific First Class Lounge. First time I'm going to try that, so let's go! Cathay Pacific's The Wing First Class Lounge is located straight after security and immigration at Hong Kong International Airport. Upon arrival, treat yourself to a welcome glass of champagne in an elegantly furnished champagne lounge, complete with stunning views over the apron at golden hour. We'll start the tour at the far end of the lounge, where you will find Cathay's signature noodle bar. Here, help yourself to dim sum and an assortment of Hong Kong specialities to accompany your bowl of iconic Hong Kong wonton noodles, each made to order in the open kitchen. Working our way backwards, the next seating area mainly comprises of a hot and cold beverages section, and a small salad section complete with cold cuts and cheeses. Further down, the buffet continues with a rotating menu of hot dishes. On my visit, the menu featured coq au vin, ratatouille, seared orange roughy, and mushroom rigatoni. On any other visit, I would have had a taste of this mouth-watering selection, but I wanted to save my stomach for Qatar's first class in-flight dining. So instead, I treated myself to the free pour alcoholic section, with white, red, and sparkling wines to satisfy all palates. Naturally, I opted for a glass of champagne, flowing beautifully into the Cathay-branded champagne flute. As the sun began to set below the horizon, it was almost time to start boarding. I wish I had more time to spend in this lounge, not just to enjoy all the food and drink options on offer, but also the shower suites or Cathay's iconic cabana rooms, after a long day at work, after which I headed straight to the airport to catch this flight. This flagship lounge truly has everything to cater for all your pre-departure needs, with distinctly designed sections making crossing into a new area feel like entering an entirely different lounge. Next time, I also hope to dine at the a la carte restaurant The Haven, but alas, it was now time to board Qatar Airways First Class on board their Boeing 777-300ER from Hong Kong to Doha. Welcome on board Qatar Airways 777 First Class on board Qatar's aircraft leased from Cathay Pacific. Essentially, this is Cathay's first class hard product with Qatar's soft product. As I sipped on my Laurent Perrier Rosé Champagne, I enjoyed watching the peasants boarding economy class behind. Just kidding, I bought this flight with points, not cash, so I probably paid much less than they paid. After the welcome champagne and cheese, the crew offered dates and freshly brewed Arabic coffee, which transported me instantly to my destination with aromas and distinctive flavour. As the cabin lights were dimmed for takeoff, I decided that this would be a good time to browse Qatar's in-flight entertainment selection via the remote handset beside the seat. The iFi included a special FIFA selection with football highlights of classic games, and the Formula 1 section featured full races of Grand Prix from ages past. In terms of films, the list was almost endless, and even had all of the Harry Potter films for those times you just want to throw yourself into a nostalgia binge. Eventually, my selection ended up being an eclectic mix of Wonder Woman, Shark Tale, Miss Congeniality, Kung Fu Panda 3, and Jurassic World, out of which I chose Shark Tale because it is such an underrated classic. Before too long, at 7 PM local time, it was time for takeoff. Time for a seat tour, starting with the closet behind the IFE, which I could probably fit myself into, complete with hangers for your jackets and blazers. Next, the IFE screen slides out like so. Legroom is more than plentiful. In fact, the ottoman opposite allows for 2 first-class passengers to dine together. Under the IFE screen is storage for water bottles and a pair of noise-cancelling headphones. To the left is a universal and USB charging port, as well as 3 windows. Qatar also provides a diptyque amenity kit that we shall examine later. Here is a conveniently placed and rather spacious storage compartment. This is one of 2 reading lights on either side of the seat. And to your right you will find a literature compartment and a huge foldable armrest, as well as manual seat controls. Before too long, the Qatar Airways First Class dining experience was about to begin. You may dine on demand from this extensive in-flight menu and also mix and match to your heart's content, as I did, ordering all 4 appetizers of caviar, scallops, prawn, wagyu beef and Arabic mezza. Light snacks are also available, but since when is afternoon tea a light snack? My favourite menu, the wine menu, the Laurent Perrier I chose, is priced at 3,000 Hong Kong dollars per bottle. From the whites, the Sauvignon Blanc was my personal preference, with refreshing floral notes complementing a crisp finish. The Bordeaux was elegantly rich with dark fruit and complexity. In contrast, the Shiraz was bursting with blackberry fruits laced with velvety chocolate. Of course, I had a full marathon coming up, so I decided to show a slight hint of responsibility and resist the temptation whenever asked what I wanted to drink. Qatar Airways' non-alcoholic signature drink, the lime mint, was excellent. I wish I could start every morning with a glass of that. On my first course, of course it had to be caviar, served with classic accompaniments of shredded egg, shallots, a beautifully wrapped wedge of lemon, Baltic smoked salmon, Melba toast and blinis. Seeing that my only previous experience of caviar was in Emirates First Class, the second time was somewhat less mind-blowing, but divine and decadent nonetheless. It did not pair especially well with the Chardonnay, so I would recommend pairing it with the Sauvignon Blanc instead for a crisp finish to balance the indulgence. This Wagyu beef carpaccio in truth had a texture of pastrami with the flavour of carpaccio, so thankfully the truffle cream acted as a moisturising cream for the slain cow. For this, I would recommend the Shiraz as a bright pairing to reinvigorate your palate rather than weighing it down with something heavy, tannic and dry. This third course was delightful, especially the scallop, which was impressively cooked to perfection. Complement this with the Chardonnay or contrast it with the Sauvignon Blanc. You simply cannot go wrong with the classic trio of baba ganoush, hummus and muhumara, and seeing that I had wine left in both glasses, pairing it with both white and red was a thought-provoking experiment. My favourite finish for any meal is mint tea, and I appreciated being given a full teapot to leisurely pour and sip as we cruised along. As it approached bedtime, it was time to check out the amenity kit created by Diptyque for Qatar Airways, in which passengers will find face cream, lotion, socks, an eye mask, earplugs, and an eau de toilette that I can only describe as spicy. Worry not, a full set of pyjamas is also provided, designed by the White Company exclusively for Qatar Airways.
So, whilst we're here, let's have a look at the bathroom tour. We have our lovely sink, very nice, and lots of amenities including a shaver, toothbrush, there are combs down here, lovely. The main event, nicely designed, but a little bit small. It's got everything you need.
As we approached India, the purser converted my seat into its fully flat position, making for the most spacious and cozy onboard bed I have ever tried, as your legs do not have to slide underneath anything, allowing you the freedom to turn and sleep in any position. This royal purple Qatar Airways blanket is also so thick and soft that I wish I could have it for myself at home. Suffice to say, I slept very, very well. I awoke as we were cruising over the other side of India, imminently entering the Middle East, but I soon fell asleep once more. I could have slept for so much longer, and the person informed me that she had tried to wake me from my pre-arrival bowl of prawn wonton noodles, but I was in too deep of a sleep to be awakened. Reluctantly, I returned my seat to its upright position to prepare for our late-night landing in Doha. I changed back into my departure clothes, and a refreshing towel and box of chocolates were handed out before landing. All in all, this was a wonderful flight and first experience of both Qatar Airways First Class soft product and Cathay Pacific's First Class hard product. The seat itself, despite not being a private suite, had an ample amount of privacy, especially on the left-hand side of the plane in seat 1A, which is separated from the middle and right-hand side by a short wall. The bed was also everything that a lie-flat seat should be, perfect for a good night's rest. The highlight, however, was undoubtedly the attentiveness of the cabin crew and the quality of the in-flight dining and drinking. The crew were ever present in the cabin, continually ensuring that each passenger was enjoying the utmost comfort. As we disembarked, the comfort did not stop there, as the first-class passengers were transported to the terminal in the most luxurious airport bus I've ever been on. Unfortunately, the Al Safwa First Class Lounge at Hamad International Airport was under renovation in November 2023, so I made my way to the brand new Al Morjan Business Class Lounge The Garden, near the sea gates. This lounge is absolutely spectacular. A 7,390 square meter sanctuary set amidst the tranquility of the orchard at Doha Hamad International Airport. As I waited for a shower spa to become available, I took a stroll around the stunning bar and dining area that I would have breakfast at the following morning.
So hello and welcome to the shower spa. Oh my gosh, I've had such a sweaty day and 9 hours on the plane. Finally, in the lounge, I get to shower. Oh, I've actually spent about 45, almost 50 minutes in here, but voila, I have been revived.
Since I had a 7-hour layover, I decided to rest in one of the 24 quiet rooms, complete with a lounging chair, water, and absolute serenity for a comfortable rest. I had originally planned to sleep in the bedrooms in the Al Safwa First Class Lounge, but this facility still met my needs. The best blanket ever is back. I'm gonna rest here for like 4 or 5 hours until breakfast time. Good night. As I woke at 5 AM local time, the lounge was practically empty. I made my way to the dining area where they had just started breakfast, both buffet and a la carte. This eggs royale was truly perfect, with perfect poached eggs, a top smoked salmon, and lightly fried English muffin, accompanied by fresh and crisp asparagus. 7 hours overnight absolutely flew by in this lounge, and it was now time to board my second Qatar Airways First Class flight from Doha to Istanbul. Oh, best lounge ever. Welcome back to Seat 1A on board Qatar Airways' Boeing 777-300ER leased from Cathay Pacific, starting once again with the signature lime and mint, cheese, Arabic coffee, and dates. I just love how two of my favourite airlines are sharing and collaborating like this. With the sunlight streaming through the 3 windows at 8 AM local time, I was swept into full holiday mode, unable to refuse another glass of Laurent Perrier Grand Cuvée Alexandre Rosé 2007. Once again, it wouldn't truly be a first-class flight without caviar. Carefully arranging it atop a blini using a pearl spoon, realizing that too much caviar is not a thing, so deciding to add as much as the blini can possibly hold. This time, the main event was undoubtedly the full beef Wellington, served with celeriac puree, tender stem broccoli, and thyme jus. It wasn't even 9 o'clock in the morning, and I was tucking into a beef Wellington paired with rosé champagne and Shiraz at 40,000 feet. Considering how difficult a beef Wellington is to master on the ground, this beef Wellington was incredibly impressive. Cooked medium, the quality of the filet mignon inside shone through in its succulence and deep flavour. The pastry crust was light yet rich, flaky yet luscious, wrapping the beef like a loved one's warm hug. It took me a while to finish, especially after my breakfast, but it was a dish I wanted to savour as it was one of the most special culinary experiences I have had in the sky. As I sipped on my usual Moroccan mint tea, cruising over Iraq, then Eastern Turkey, I used the active noise-cancelling headphones to chill to some music and continue watching Shark Tale. After a black coffee to prepare myself for the long day ahead in Istanbul, we soon began our descent into a new country for me, Turkey. This 4.5-hour flight was, once again, perfect, with the friendliest Filipino crew actively checking on me and providing a level of attention to detail that is truly worth the title of first class.
First to disembark, I'm already in the terminal, and that was Qatar Airways First Class on their 777-300ER from Doha to Istanbul. Let's run, ready to run tomorrow.
I mentioned near the beginning of the video that I probably paid less for my 2 first class tickets than most people on the plane paid for their economy class. By converting my American Express credit card points to British Airways and Qatar Airways Avios points, I was able to redeem 105,000 Avios plus 1,741 Hong Kong dollars, around £180, to take me from Hong Kong to Istanbul with a very comfortable overnight layover in Doha. Qatar also usually has significantly more reward availability than competing carriers like Emirates, so for your next trip, I would highly recommend looking up Qatar's Avios reward flights to make your journey every bit as comfortable and indulgent as mine. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and leave a comment below about what you think of Qatar Airways First Class on board their 777-300ERs leased from Cathay Pacific. Bon voyage to you all.